Hey, shorty want me so bad that she brought me a bag. Cool little 10-piece just to throw in the stash. I'm in the city today, but next week it's a time. Home pays and pimps, you know how to get down. Might hit a side show just to knock me a hoe. Price out to the beach and get a jog at the show. Treat myself to some leans, fried chicken with mac. Candy yams on the side while I count the stacks. Take a break and relax, and then it's back to the paper. Little mama hit me up and said let's step in a scraper. We top back and we rollin'. Finna burn up some cookies, pulling up daddy foldin'. While I handle the books, said the hoe and now we posted at the Oracle Center. Finna watch Golden State tip off with the Wizards. I'm in the skybox, I'm chillin'. Like my network familiar, numbers going so crazy. Them niggas don't know the feeling. Them niggas don't know the feeling. They wish they did though. Why you posted up broke as fuck in the trap and somewhere vibing, counting them stacks. And it's all off the bitch, nigga. You ain't gotta ask, just look at my wrist, nigga. Hey, you know I fuck with the town, have you? And by the way, my name is Steady. But hey, Smoke, hey, bring it me that
secondhand smoke.
Hey, hey, shorty want me so bad that she brought me a bag. Cool little 10-piece just to throw in the stash. I'm in the city today, but next week it's a time. Home pays and pimps, you know how to get down. Might hit a side show just to knock me a hoe. Price out to the beach and get a jog at the show. Treat myself to some leans, fried chicken with mac. Candy yams on the side while I count them stacks. Take a break and relax, and then it's back to the paper. Little mama hit me up and said let's step in a scraper. We top back and we rollin'. Finna burn up some cookies, pulling up daddy foldin'. While I handle the books, said the hoe and now we posted at the Oracle Center. Finna watch Golden State tip off with the Wizards. I'm in the skybox, I'm chillin'. Like my network familiar, numbers going so crazy. Them niggas don't know the feeling. Them niggas don't know the feeling. They wish they did though. Why you posted up broke as fuck in the trap and somewhere vibing, counting them stacks. And it's all off the bitch, nigga. You ain't gotta ask, just look at my wrist, nigga.
Say, man, it's Treetop Radio LA. Treetop Radio LA, man, I appreciate you guys tapping in each and every Tuesday to my show. Make sure y'all follow me on my YouTube channel. That's Treetop Radio LA, or you can space it out, Treetop Radio LA. You can follow, like, subscribe, and share. Every time I go live, you'll get a notification. I do marketing for artists, brands, and businesses. You can contact me on my Instagram page. That's Treetop Radio. That's Treetop_Radio LA. Make sure y'all holler at me, man. I got good deals. I do video editing as well. I do photography for any type of events. Just let me know. Hand me the lighter. Oh, damn. Grandbaby, why you ain't tell Grandpop that you was starting this? She's such a jokester. But yeah, Grandpop still blows the reefers, you know. I know y'all call this now the czar. I don't even know what the fuck a czar is, but I said, give me that shit that's gonna make me say, So shout out to my boy, you know what I mean, out here in Baltimore. But I wanted to come to y'all, not to make jokes or be funny. I also wanted to come to y'all to give you a little bit of enlightenment. How you move out here in life is ultimately how you're going to walk into your destiny. So if you want to walk with a purpose-filled step, you have to have intention with everything that you do. So if you're out here causing chaos, just know that your purpose is going to be chaos. Tell y'all mothers I said what's up.
Words
Hello
of Wisdom
there.
Tuesdays from
Grandpops
Grandpops.
I want to shout out to all my grandbaby's followers that have been turning up her views. Since I've been on here, she's been getting a lot more likes. And so I like that for her. You know, make sure y'all tune in tomorrow, Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Now, today's words of wisdom is making that dash in between your born date and your death date count. Wondering, Grandpa, what do you mean the dash? Well, when you die and an obituary is made for you, it has the day that you came into the world and the day you left. And then there's a dash. When they get to that dash, they read your credits like a movie. It's all your contributions to the world. Some people leave this world with no contribution at all. They just leave. What will your obituary say? Do you want a legacy? Or do you want to just leave?
Chosen one. Chosen one. And no, everybody is not selected to be a chosen one. Chosen one is a person that's really pretty much selected on this planet to handle certain assignments. Pretty much like help people, you know what I mean? Like help other chosen ones to be healed, or just other people that just got lost in the matrix type shit. Like to know that you're a chosen one, like your childhood, 9 out of 10, your childhood was pretty much difficult growing up. You may have abandonment issues, like you feel like you're being overlooked by your family, you never really fit in, you're mad different from your siblings. Like you see things and new things other people didn't. There's always something about you people don't like about you, but it's never a reason why they don't like you. Growing up, you always get hurt by the people you try to help. You're always considered as like you're weird or you're crazy. You like being alone because you feel like you can't relate to people. Bugs and animals vibrated to you. Like even if you're scared of them, like you have this type of energy with them that nobody could like understand. As more you grow and you turn into an adult, you become more quiet. You become isolated. You really don't deal with people much. You learn to love from a distance because you can't play fake. You attract strangers no matter where you go. You always under attack, even if you staying out the way and you trying to do everything right. People always try to feel dim in your light, but always feel to do so. No matter how hard life gets you, you always bounce back through anything. That's how you know you're the chosen one.
Treetop Radio LA, man. We are broadcasting live in Baltimore, Maryland, man, via Los Angeles, California, man. I'm your host, Big Homie Smiles, man. I'm the best host, best podcast, the best interviewer in the nation that y'all have ever seen, that y'all have ever never seen. You feel me? Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I appreciate all my subscribers, man, whether it's one or none, whether it's two or a few, man. I appreciate you, man. If you out there, I need you to extend your arms. Go ahead and give yourself a big hug. Hug yourself and tell yourself you're proud of yourself, because I'm proud of you, man. Thank you for keep pushing, keep striving for excellence, and keep trying to, be a better person than you was yesterday. We got a wonderful show today. Shout out to my co-host who is in Los Angeles, California, Black Corn Man. I think my manager just told me he tapped in. Is he out there? Okay. He what? Oh, he got the limo? Damn, he got the limo? Do he got it wrapped in the black hole, man? I knew he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna do it. All right. Tell Jeffrey he can bring him in through the side door. That's the VIP section. You know, we got the doinkies rolled up for him, and I got Buttercup and Peaches. He said he wanted her those two this time. The fat butts, pretty light skin joints. Hispanic. All right, go ahead, send him to the back. All right, so my man in the back, he about to come through in a second. Now, if this is your first time tapping into the show, man, I just want to give you the rundown. Now, each and every time I have my show, I always have a topic, and that topic is given to me by God. God tell me, hey, this is what I want you to talk about. So I talk about it, and I have a story that relates. It's a story that sometimes is a true story, sometimes it's a story that I make up off the DIZZone. Today's topic is going to be an asset. But before we get into that, I just want to give a couple shout outs, man. Shout out to RG Simba, man. You feel me? My boy is free. He home. He cranking. He making the sneaky crank, making the sneaky music. I think he in collaboration with Corday right now with the high level. I seen that in this bio with the high level situation going on. So he is not quite off of house arrest just yet. But when he does get off house arrest, I'm telling you, he gonna be the most talked about artist in the DMV. I'm just gonna tell you. And because he gonna be the most talked about artist in the DMV, what's gonna happen is gonna create an external buzz. Now, if y'all know who RG Simba is, he was popping maybe about 5-6 years ago in the Maryland area, DC, Virginia area. He from Moco. He from the Village. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Grove. Shout out to the house team. You feel me? Long live 9. So he gonna be popping though. When he get off house arrest, he gonna be popping. Free Q the Fool. I don't know if he out or if he free, but if he locked up, free him. If he home, he just laying low till he get off house arrest, because he get on the internet and then wild ass DC YouTuber get to trolling him and he back in jail. So free him, and if he home, stay low. You feel me? Make sure y'all also go follow me on Instagram, BigHomie_Smiles backup page 41, man. Y'all can also follow me on my YouTube channel. Y'all can follow me at Treetop Radio LA. All capitalizations. Go ahead, follow me, hit the like and subscribe button. You feel me? So we're gonna get into the story. Now, the story of today, the title of the story is, let's go on a commercial break, and then I'm gonna come back with the title. God don't tell me the title, I make up the title on the spot. We gonna come back. Hold on.
Journal.
Commercial break.
You say that you think that understanding your principles or having principles can save you something like 100,000 decisions. I don't know if it's 100,000 decisions in a lifetime or 100,000 decisions in a year. What did you mean by that, and how does that work?
What I mean by that is that most people look at a lot of things that are coming at them as these individual things. Lots of these things coming at you every day. How many decisions do we make in a day?
Yeah.
When you start to think in principles, you think differently. You see that the thing that is coming at you, you say, what species is it? And how do I deal with that species? Mm-hmm. Right? So you don't see them as all these individual things that are coming back, that blizzard that you're in. You just see, that's that, and here's how I deal with that. And
all right, I got the title. All right, thank y'all for being patient. So the title of this story is called The Plug. Now, this story takes place in Los Angeles, California. It's about a young lady. Her name is Shauna, who is an aspiring Instagram personality. She got some of her inspiration from the Instagram personalities like Zoe, like the other Instagram personalities. Just Hilarious. She got inspiration from her as well. So and Cardi B, before she blew up and became an artist. So she wanted to pursue being a content creator, being an Instagram personality. She wanted to be famous across the world. She wanted to make a lot of money because she noticed that a lot of people was making a lot of money being an Instagram personality. So being in Los Angeles, she was already given a little foot in the door, because Los Angeles is like the holy grail of
superstars. You feel me? Like you go to Los Angeles, you liable to run into somebody, and then you let them know what you got going on. Then boom, you a superstar. You feel me? So she had her foot in the door. Her mom like told her, you know, as she was pursuing this career in content creating, not to be deceived by people of Hollywood, because they can be very predatorial, especially to young pretty women, and especially to young Black women who are trying to be on the scene, as it were. When Shauna was pursuing her content, one of her main like contents that she put out was she did like little skits and acts and stuff like that. So Shauna ended up meeting with a gentleman who happened to be a producer for Paramount. Now, with him being a producer for Paramount, he informed her, he let Shauna know that he could plug her in to other content creators that are connected with the company and get her foot really in the door with being a superstar. What Shauna didn't know is that this young man, whose name is John, he was a producer for Paramount, but he was also a con artist. So what John's game was finding green young people who were looking to be famous and give them a opportunity initially, but still all their money on the back end. What John didn't know is that Shauna's mother had already prepared her for Hollywood, being as though she lives in Los Angeles, California. And you know what I'm saying? She's already hip to the scene and what was going on. So John wasn't hip that Shauna was already aware. She wasn't green like he assumed she was. Now, Shauna, let me give you a little bit more backstory. Now, Shauna's mother told her growing up that you want to play the fool to the fool that think they fooling you. She always told her that. And the reason why her mother said that she told her this growing up is because, number one, she's a beautiful young woman. Number two, in the society that we live in, people don't really take women opinion and women being empowered seriously. So in order to be successful, you have to play the fool to the fools that think they fooling you. So that's, in this situation, that's what Shauna was doing. So John was like, oh my goodness, Shauna, I'm about to make you a star, baby. I'm about to make you a star. You know who Jess Hilarious is, right? Yeah, she's under our company, Paramount. I just put her on. I gave her a couple contract deals with a couple comedy shows. You know, she does comedy now. I'm gonna take you to that level. So Shauna was looking at him. She was like, oh yeah, for real? Man, I've been living in Los Angeles my whole life and I've never had an opportunity like this. I'm gonna work hard. I promise, John. Please, I need this opportunity. I don't have no income and I'm trying to move out of my mom's house. Please help me out. John, like, say no more. I got you. So John gave Shauna an invite to an audition. Now this audition is with these content creators that are trying to come together with a skit, but they're looking for other, you know, fresh new faces for the content. So they put her, he gets her this job, this job opportunity. He gets her the job opportunity. She nails it. Everybody like her, all the content creators like her. She's networking. She's using her personality. She's nailing the lines on the first run. You know what I'm saying? So John never really seen somebody take to a person that he put on like this. So he was a little bit nervous. So with John's after the audition, she get a call, she get the job. Now this job is paying some good money because they are an umbrella. They're content creators under an umbrella of Paramount. So John is going to be making some good money. Now, what John don't know and Shauna don't know is that Shauna's mother has a brother that she has been trying to get in contact but never could find. The brother is the owner of Paramount. Now, when Shauna gets the job, the job opportunity has to go up to the owner so he can look over them through the paperwork. So the owner, whose name was Mark noticed that Shauna's last name was the same as his, which was Williams. So, and also he also noticed that her address was the address that he had grew up in way back before, things got disconnected. So John, not knowing that Shauna is the niece of Mark, the owner of Paramount, John trying to finesse, because he usually does this, and Mark is not really aware because he's the owner, so he don't really know what's going on. But this specific person he's locked in with because that's his family. So John go to Mark. He like, yeah, Mark, I got this good opportunity for us to make a lot of money off this young woman who's eager and to be in Hollywood. She already landed the audition. We're going to just give her a little bit of money up front, and we're going to collect the money on the back end for us. So Mark like, what? You going to do what? John, you don't know this, but that's my niece. And guess what? You're fired. And so he called his niece. So John like, what? I'm fired? Fired? I didn't know this was your niece. I'm fired. I'm about to sue. He called security. They get him out. He like, security, I need this person out. Oh, sorry, my light went out, y'all. Sorry. I got the ghetto shit. I gotta tap my shit. Hold on. I gotta tap my shit. Hold on. I gotta go to another commercial break. We're gonna go to another commercial break right quick. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all.
Many women
want
men to come in to pay all the bills so they can keep their money and do what they want to do with their money. They want you to bring in the extra money, pay all that stuff off. Then they want to spend your money. And then they want to go. I thought you were special. And it comes right down to it where I don't think a lot of women today really want to be wives. I don't think a lot of women today really want long-term relationships. I think women today want short-term situationships until.
Sorry, y'all. Sometimes I be having technical difficulties. I appreciate y'all for staying with me. And I agree with Kevin saying this. Sometimes women, okay, I'm getting distracted. Okay. So back to the story. All right. So he called security. He say, I need security to get this man up out my office right now. So security come. John like, man, fuck you, Mark. I'm going to sue your ass. I'm going to sue your black ass. So as he's going out the door's open, and Shauna right there. And Mark say, Shauna, come in here for a second. I'm sorry you had to see that. Have a seat, young lady. Do you know who I am? Shauna like, no. He's like, I'm your uncle. Shauna's shocked. My uncle? Yes, your uncle. Did your mother tell you about me? No, she never told me about you. Well, we got disconnected, and I'm your uncle, and I'm the owner of this company, and I want to make you the A&R of my content creating umbrella company. Shauna shocked. What? Yes, I want to put you in position to be famous, Shauna. I love you so much. That's the end. I'm sorry, that's a long ass story. I was dragging that drink. I'm sorry. But the purpose of that story is that Shauna was an asset, and she had value, and she knew her value, and she ended up being a plug and making a lot of money and being famous. That's the motherfucking story. All right. So the topic of the day is be an asset. Now, the purpose of this podcast is to highlight. Oh, I don't want y'all to see my paper. I'm sorry. The purpose of this podcast is to highlight what it means to be an asset for yourself and others around you. Being an asset, being an asset that you, hold on. Being an asset means that, being an asset means that you and others see value in you and the qualities you present. Being an asset as an employee is very important, especially when trying to grow with a company or when you're growing with your own company. Being an asset to yourself, you have to also be an asset to yourself. When you recognize your own value, you will never sell yourself short, or you won't allow others to sell you short. I also want my audience to understand that we are all walking in our destiny daily, and we don't even know it. All right. So we're gonna bring out my co-host and Black Coleman, the greatest co-host in Los Angeles, California, stepping on the stage to Treetop Radio LA, my amazing co-host, Black Coleman. You feel me? Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to you. I can't hear you though, Wardy.
Oh, dang, you couldn't even hear me, good.
I couldn't hear you, sir.
Yo, we in this thing. Shout out to you for having the show coming on every week, getting it popping, dropping the story.
You feel
Come
me?
on.
You like that story to plug?
It was all right. I feel like you could have made it better.
I could have. That was a shitty story. You're
Nah, it
absolutely.
wasn't shitty. I just felt like, you for sure could have went a little hammer with it. You know what I'm saying? We can write it down. I still remember that alien story that you had. I feel like you be cutting the story short. Instead, you be saying it's long, but I feel like you cutting it short. It's like, okay, you could have made it a little more juicy in that motherfucker right there.
Right. See, I was feeling like I was taking this story too long. And so that's a good constructive feedback. So the next story, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure it's more popping like my alien story, and I'm going to extend it longer. I'm going to
You be writing the story down, or that should just come off the dome?
Off the dome.
Yeah. We gonna write down the next one now. Come on, we gonna get right with a little written story. You feel me? Cause it's there. You feel me? There's potential in the story. Just a little right now. Let me jot the years there. Even if it's a quick little brainstorm and then.
That's why you my co-host. You gotta let me know where I gotta improve at. I feel that. And so next
but
story.
I fuck with the stories though. That's what I'm saying. Like listening to the stories, I fuck with it. I like it, and I know it's got a lot of potential. Like that I know you could do better than what you're doing, type shit. You know what I mean?
Fact, and I appreciate that, and I like that constructive feedback because I definitely felt like my story was some ass. But no, did you get the gist of it?
Shit.
Oh damn, we got to break it up.
I think it's on.
Okay, I can see you now. Okay, but you back on mute.
Let me bounce out, and I'm gonna bounce back in and see if it's gonna get it right.
All right, my man gonna bounce out, bounce back in. But you see how that goes? That's collaborative working right there. Nobody should be above constructive feedback. I know I'm the fuck not. I'm getting constructive feedback 24/7 all the time. As a matter of fact, my mother just gave me some constructive feedback. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I could put this light so it's not shining too bright. Okay, my mother just gave me some constructive feedback the other day, and I take it with and I receive it well. So, but that was the story. That's my co-host. He coming on in. But I want my audience to understand what the definition of asset is and why I really want us to grasp why it is important to be an asset in life. You know what I mean? Because being an asset in life is very important. That means that you are of value, that people see you being of value, somebody that is resourceful, somebody that can put in to and also get and be able to receive as well. You know what I'm saying? Because you can build on an asset. So the definition of an asset is a useful, valuable thing, person, or quality. I'm gonna repeat that. Remember what I just said before. An asset is a useful, valuable thing, person, or quality. I remember I told you that the purpose. Now, I want to let y'all know, I write the purpose before I even get into all of these definitions. So I was already in line to what the definition was already saying. You feel me? So when you think of an asset, it is something of value. So something of value means that it has, you can add something of value means multiple things. It's something that has cash value if you liquidate it. It's something that has non-tangible value, which means like you are the asset. You are the asset. I think Deezy back in. Okay. All right. Let me put him in. Hold on. All right. We got Black Cormac coming back to the stage.
Yeah, we back.
All right, we back. So no, what I was saying though, I appreciate you. Thank you, and I'm gonna do better next time. So I was letting them know what. Oh dang, I don't be wanting y'all to see my paper. I'm sorry. So I was basically telling them what the purpose of the podcast is, and basically the purpose is for the audience to understand why it's beneficial for you to be an asset in life. And being an asset in life means that you understand your value as a person, and that when you understand your value, you're not letting anyone undercut you for your value. When you're an asset, that means that it's solid and you know that it's going to produce some wealth or produce something great. Now, the definition of an asset is a useful, valuable thing, person, or quality. And the definition, oh damn, my light just went out. And the definition of value is the regard that something is held to deserve the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. So when we think about asset and value, those two go hand in hand, because without being an asset, you can't have value. And without being of value, you can't be an asset. So what I was thinking about was, how can people be an asset in life? What would be a suggestion that you would come up with?
I think the best way to be an asset, and because when I hear asset, especially when it comes to people, and I know people don't like to say it like that, but I think of can you be used? Like, do you have use? Are you useful? Like, to have value, you need to be useful in some sort of way. And sometimes it's like you said, financially useful. You're going to be able to help me bring in more money, or it can be spiritually or mentally useful. Like, all right, you're going to bring me peace. You're going to calm me down. You're going to help me navigate whatever situation I have to deal with and shit like that.
Right. That's exactly what I think an asset is too. And I had wrote that question, how can a person be an asset? Now I wrote down, a person can be an asset. It means just like what you said, that you have a positive impact on the people around you. A person is an asset that brings value. They can bring value to the workplace, or multiple ways, such as through knowledge, skills, or personality, or through spiritual. You can be a spiritual asset. You can be that person that people see as someone that they could be a confidant to. They can go to you with their problems. They don't have to worry about it spilling out to the world. And you can give them positive feedback, constructive feedback, or positive feedback, whatever is needed in the situation, in order to help them through that situation. I think a lot of times with our community, the Black community and the Black culture, I think we don't understand our asset and our value as a unified culture and community and a nation. Because if we did, we would value our lives more. We would understand that as asset, we kind of push the narrative for what other people see and how other people value us. Because if we aren't showing ourselves as an asset to society, then they devalue who we are as human beings. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like they've taken the time to have us think that we've lost value or that we don't have value. So we devalue ourselves from brainwashing, and then from there they just run amok with it. Like, all right, you don't think you ain't worth shit, then we ain't gonna treat you like shit, and we gonna do what we want.
That's a fact. I'm gonna give a prime example, and I I'm gonna try not to say the person name, the YouTuber name, but he's a YouTuber in my area on the East Coast in DC. He's actually from Southeast DC. He's a popular YouTuber right now. I feel like this is my personal opinion. I feel like because he was once in the streets and once associated with a very notable rap group and a artist in the industry now, and now that they kind of fell out and he's looking for a lane for his income, and YouTube is his lane, and he draws a lot of attention and he garnishes a lot of audience and impressions. I don't feel, and because he's so hateful and kind of like always, he call it bitten, but I mean, in a sense, it's really just like putting people down constantly, like devaluing people. And I don't think that this person sees themselves as an asset because they don't really know their value. They don't really know their self-value, because if this person did, they will understand that their platform is an asset to the elevation of other artists that he's trying to talk down on and promote. You know what I'm saying? He should have more value. He should have more value in himself. But I digress. But I had to get that one out.
Who you talking about?
I'm talking about this YouTuber named Ant Glizzy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he always talking smack all the time. Now I get bitten, like in the DC area, like bitten is like trash talking, but in a competitive, funny way, and I get that. That's cool. But when you take it to the level where you devaluing people's character and you putting bad bones on people's name for the sake of views and clout, that's where you devalue yourself as a person. I don't think anybody should be using the internet to put people down in a way that it is taken away from your purpose of what you're trying to do. Because say his purpose is to help other artists get out there to the world, but he missing the mark, I feel like. So that's I have to get that asset kind of comparison. So I just feel like, we like with myself, I don't think we know we are assets. I think we have to grow into the knowing of we are assets and that we are of value. I think it only can happen if you're willing, number one, to be accountable for things that transpire in your life or situations. And number two, you have to be of integrity. And in order to be an asset as in life, you have to stand on morals and principles, I feel like. You get what I'm saying?
I feel like that. And I was going to say that when you first started bringing up asset, I think that's the thin line right there between potential and actually being an asset and actually having value. So like, yeah, everybody has the potential to do something great, but if you choose not to walk in that light or walking in that direction that you're supposed to be walking in to be at your best and be able to be useful to other people as well, then yeah, you just potential and shit. You all potential, no real value and shit.
Right. You just fake. You just like a person, you like an actor. You know what I'm saying? You like an actor or actress and shit. You just fake as shit. Nothing real about nothing you doing. Nothing you going on has any value or it's worth nothing. You know what I'm saying?
You playing a part and shit.
You just playing a part and shit. And this is for my people who are like yourself, entrepreneurs, or people who are like myself, people who are work in the workforce industry, whether it's in the blue collar industry or whether it's in whatever industry you work in 9-to-5 type situation. What would you consider value? Now, for me, your value depends on the value you offer. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
And the reason why
go ahead, you first. Go ahead.
The reason why I say that is because to be a person of value and influence, you have to become genuinely interested in people enough to solve like specific issues. Like say, like when you mentioned spirituality, maybe someone is lacking spirituality. So with being someone of value, you're able to solve that problem for you. You're able to be a vessel or conduit of spirituality for them to have some sort of peace or understanding of life and stuff like that. And you have to be able to, being a value means that you're able to problem solve. Because if I can solve a problem for you, that means I'm not only a value, I'm an asset, because you was moving along this whole time with problems until I came along and I fixed it. And so now I'm a value. And also, the more valuable you become, the more influential you become. You know what I'm saying? The more you're able to connect and touch other people. Like for entrepreneurs, the more you guys network and the more you talk to different people, the more people conversations that you have, the more ideas you can get. Maybe the more opportunities will present itself, because you're not being so seclusive in your brand and your business. You're being willing to expand and talk about what you got going on. You passing out your business cards or posting like what you doing. I think that's so marvelous. Sorry, y'all, my mic keep going out. I think that's so marvelous what you got going on, is that you posted a billboard. Now you made yourself even more of an asset. You added value onto the asset, which is your brand, and you put yourself out there for other people to see, which is a networking tool. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's wonderful. I think that's something that you should be doing.
Yeah, most definitely. I think it's important to be putting your value to use. Like I said before, it's about being useful, and like you said, problem solving. That's the number one thing right there. How can I be used to solve a problem that you got?
Right. Right. And in order to be a problem solver, the key thing in problem solver is listening. You have to be, and not just listening, but actively listening. Okay. People, you have to understand that it's not just about hearing what somebody is saying. You have to actually be actively listening. So like how me and my co-host Black Horn Man do, he say something, I'm actively listening. I repeat it back. I say, like what you meant. You know what I'm saying? He give me the confirmation, like, yeah, what I'm saying, you know, that's actively listening. So that way you can know how to be of value to somebody. Like for my people that is in the work industry, how you be of value is number one, you have to have personality, right? Because when you're in a work environment where you're dealing with people 8 hours and every day, you have to have some type of personality that will, you know, make people comfortable with being around you. Number two, you gotta let me see what else. You gotta have personality. You gotta be somebody that gets tasks done often.
Yeah, I was about to say work ethic. You got to be work. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want you there for. You gotta come out of that work ethic.
You gotta have that work ethic. You gotta also be willing to network in your office. You know what I'm saying? You gotta build relationships. You know what I mean? And you gotta be mindful of, you know, maybe the type of office you got. You know what I'm saying? You have to be mindful of, maybe you're the type of employee that naturally exudes energy. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you have an office where people, they may have a personality for them, but they may not have that type of energy that you exude naturally. So if maybe you cut back some of your energy, then maybe they take it personal. You know what I mean? Maybe they offended because they think it's something wrong, but you just taking back your energy a little bit, maybe because they're not reciprocating the energy. But in order to be a person of constant value, you always have to give that energy, regardless of what you have going on in your life, in your situation, in your office, in your business. You always want to give 100%. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you stay of value. You always want to be able to communicate. I was thinking like, what is 5 personal like mantras of value and being an asset? And I came up with these 5 things. Integrity, I already said. Accountability, diligence, perseverance, and discipline. I think accountability is very important because I think a lot of us don't really like holding ourselves accountable in situations because, number one, it puts a shadow, or not a shadow, but it puts a spotlight on an area in us that maybe we never really worked on because nobody really shined the light on it. And then something, a situation happened, and now it's like, oh, I gotta hold myself accountable for this because I've been experiencing this for a minute now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So something got changed with me. And then I said diligence because when you're being an asset and a value in whatever person, place, or thing or situation, you always want to be careful, and you always want to be persistent in work or effort. Like you always want to be careful in the type of business that you do, especially as an entrepreneur. You want to be careful because there are predators out here who are looking to, con small businesses, especially Black businesses. So you got to be careful. As an employee, you got to be careful of the things that maybe you say to people. You know what I'm saying? You have to be mindful of your tone. You have to be mindful of, maybe your words. You also want to be persistent. If you are of an asset, that means that you are consistently producing the same great result day after day, second after second, moment after moment. So you always want to be persistent and diligent in that. Would you agree?
Yeah, most definitely. Consistency and persistency is key.
Consistency and persistency. Ooh, I like that down. Break that down for us, Black Core Man. Give us your knowledge, brother.
So being persistent means I'm going to keep at something. I'm going to keep at this. Being consistent means I'm continuously doing something regardless of whether I succeed or fail at it. So I'm consistently being persistent. So I'm continuing to apply this full pressure, 100% pressure while I do whatever it is that I do, regardless of what the outcomes may look like currently.
Ooh, I like that. Would you say that is like having perseverance?
Being persistent is like continuing to do, not continuing to, that's consistency. Having perseverance means I'm going to be putting the pressure onto something. Being consistent means I'm going to continue to do something regardless of whether I'm succeeding or failing at it. So whatever the outcome is, I'm still going to be doing it. And the persistency is I'm putting that 100% at it while I'm doing it.
Right. And you're going to still persevere regardless of the difficulties that may come, or maybe even failures, or even somebody opposing what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? It means being consistent and persistent as persevering towards being a value and an asset. And then discipline. We already know you got to have, you got to practice and training yourself to obey your own discipline actions. And you also want to teach other people how to be disciplined and follow the rules and stuff like that, because those are all qualities of being an asset and being a leader. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a leader, you have to have all of those assets. You have to be willing to communicate. You have to be willing to put your pride and ego aside and bring a person and bring a situation to you or a person to you and have the conversation, or bring your business partner to you and say, hey, look, buddy, our numbers was this last year. We right here, man. What's going on? We need to have some conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. That discipline is actually the number one thing. Like, being disciplined will outwork a lot of different situations, because that discipline means I'm going to fucking stick to this shit right here. And I'm going to fucking stick to not doing the shit I know I not need to be doing. And a lot of times it's our discipline that we lacking in, especially even myself, that we lack in, that kind of be our downfall. It's like, okay, yeah, I've been continuing to do this, but then I'm going to give into some bullshit that I know I don't need to be doing. And that's where I'm lacking my discipline, and then I'm going to suffer for that for sure. My craft is going to suffer for that.
Right.
My results are going to suffer for my lack of discipline.
Right. And because when you have lack of discipline, that means you're lacking the emotional intelligence. And I fall short sometimes with lack of emotional intelligence and discipline in my emotions. You know what I'm saying? And we're human. We all do it. It's just about acknowledging or recognizing immediately where you fell off at, or where you lacked in the discipline, and, you know, rebuilding that discipline back and being consistent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, for you, what are your three greatest assets that you believe are for you? What are your three greatest assets?
I think one of my greatest assets is being a problem solver. Like I'm a real life problem solver. Like, okay, you bring me the issue, I'm gonna break it down and we gonna figure it the fuck out and we gonna get to a solution. Now, whether or not you do that solution is gonna be on you, but I'm for sure I can give you an answer to your question or I can give you a solution to your problem, and you know that's gonna be on you to figure out what you do from that. The second one I want to say is my energy. Like I got a contagious energy. And it's just natural, like it's naturally a positive and contagious energy. And I think the fact that it's positive, I'm naturally positive is real beneficial and definitely an asset in a lot of situations, but also the fact that it's contagious. So it's not just like I'm positive for my situation and fuck what you got going on. It's like I'm positive, you around me, you gonna feel the way I'm feeling. Like I think I'm the shit. You spend enough time around me, you gonna be like, you know what, I'm the motherfucking shit too. Like we gonna both be the shit in this motherfucker. Like, come on.
We both gonna be popping our shit. Fuck you talking about.
Then the third thing I want to say that I have asset is that makes me an asset is just my ability to teach. Like I can show you. I can not only can I tell you how to solve your problem, I can teach you how to learn how to solve your own problem from now on. So I can give you the solution right now. 1 + 1 is 2, but now I can teach you how to add 1 + 1 to get so that you are doing this on your own.
I like that. So energy, you're a problem solver, and you also said that what was the first one you said?
A teacher.
Oh, you're a teacher.
So the first one was the problem solving, then the energy, then I'm a teacher. Like I can, and then I think that it really be big on that one is that I can honestly teach you how to solve your own shit, how to get to the solutions you need to do to. And then with the positive energy right there, you know, even when you do fail at some shit, you know, you can keep it positive until you get it.
Right. Well, I like that. So for me, my first one is energy as well, because I definitely have positive energy, and it definitely contagious as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I naturally exude it. My second asset would be my mind. I'm very intellectual, and I think outside the box. And when I'm having conversation with people, I'll say something that they had never thought to relate to a situation, and they be like, "Dang, I didn't even think about it like that." So my mind is also an asset, and my work ethic is also an asset for me, because having a strong work ethic has put me in a lot of good positions and kept me out of a lot of negative situations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, most definitely. I know.
Yeah, so those are my three. I think that we, as two individuals, adults, I think we are definitely striving and walking knowingly, I feel like, in our destiny. Every day, I think that we are doing a great job at, always trying to learn and be better than what we were yesterday. Because I was just looking back at some of our shows, and like, we have like literally grown in our conversation and the things that we're talking about. And so, I mean, I think that being an asset is something that we are doing and continuing and being consistent and persistent and doing daily. So I want to thank you. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Huh?
It was breaking up right there. I think it was the section on passing through and shit, and they go to the freeway.
Oh, I was just saying, I wanted to tell you thank you.
We're improving and we're on improving asset ability.
Okay, I think I can hear
Hello,
you better.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, now you start breaking up again.
Yeah, I was saying, I heard you were talking about the improvement of being assets, how we've improved from the beginning of when I first started jumping onto your podcast to now.
Hell yeah. And I was telling you, thank you.
Oh, thank you. You gave me the space, and like you said, your energy contagious. I get on here, turn it up, we get right.
We get right every time, you feel me? So that's the end of the show, man. Get them people, man, your website where they can purchase some Black Corn Man merch, and tell them where they can invest at you with.
All right, tap in with blackcornman.com. You can get the merch on there. It's got the Instagram on there. It's got all the social medias on there. And if you tap in with any one of those social medias, you can also tap in with my ATM and vending machine company right now. I actually got job positions open too. If y'all looking to, do some cold calling, y'all looking to do some mass email work, email replying work for me, get at me. But if you have locations that I can put ATMs and vending machines anywhere in South California, anywhere in Southern California, you can make some money. I'll make some money too. We'll all make some money off of that. The location included off of putting down an ATM and or a vending machine. And we're going to vet the location first. We're going to check to make sure it's going to make us some money, and then we're going to make the money.
That's right. That's how you got to do that, man. Y'all heard my man. If you try and make some extra little side money, man, he hiring right now. You feel me? I just put y'all on to a job. If you want to
tap in,
man. Even if I feel like even if they want cold calling, they're not in California. They just want
this is remote work. This remote work. You don't got to be in the city to get this work.
Remote work, man. Holla at my man. Tap in with him, man. Hey, Black Corn Man, give us a quote that you want to lead the world with. If you was to die, God forbid, today or tomorrow, what you want the world to remember you by?
The quote I'm gonna leave with is, "Be better than what you grew up seeing." That's the best way I could put it. You know what I'm saying? Be better than what you grew up seeing, because everybody got some type of issue with what they grew up seeing. Even if you had almost a perfect life, if you was a trust fund baby, you still feel like they could have been around more. Your parents could have been around more. Somebody could have been a better role model. Whatever it was, whatever you think the better you could have had in your life, be that for somebody else.
I like that. I fuck with that. Now, my quote that I want to lead the world with is, I'm gonna double back on my joint, is, if not you, then who?
Come on. Who gonna do it?
Then who? Come on, man. If not you, then who, man? You gotta do that shit, man. EA Sports, we in the game. You feel me?
Come on, I was gonna say, step up to the plate and play ball, baby. Come on.
You see, we tapped in. We see our pineal gland, our third eye.
Oh God, wide open.
I'm telling you. I appreciate you, Black Corn Man. We going out.
I appreciate you.
That was my dog, Black Corn Man. Y'all already know what it is when we tap in, bitch. You feel me? We do it big every time. You understand? This is TTRLA show, man. This is the best podcast you ever never heard of, nigga. You gonna hear about us though, because we gonna blow up and we gonna go global. You feel me? I've been manifesting this. It's gonna fruition. It's gonna happen. You feel me? Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, big_homie smiles, backup page 41, man. Like, subscribe, and share to my channel, man. Shout out to my hood, Capitol Heights, Big 41, man. Big 41, you feel me? Long live Dino De Niro. Shout out to C-Mac, man. Shout out to my boy Jay, man. Shout out to Chi-Chi the Motivator. Long live Mike Butter, man. Long live Mama Chi-Chi, man. Long live Tutu, man. Long live everybody from the Heights, man, that's passed away. Shout out to everybody that's got something going on. Shout out to Aaron Payne, AP Productions. He out there doing videography work, you feel me? Shout out to everybody, you understand? Shout out to my alma mater, JCSU. JCSU. You feel me? We the best HBCU in the world. I stamp it, you feel me? Especially when I was there. Smiles? What? I had that shit on lock. Stop playing with me. Shout out to DC, Maryland, and Virginia, man. Shout out to all the local YouTubers. Shout out to Krishan Rock and Krishan Jr. You better not change that baby name, girl. You better keep that baby name Krishan Jr. Do not get that baby name Blueface, little Blueface. Hell no. Keep it Krishan Jr. God told you to name him that for a reason. Keep it that way. I love you. All right, but we gonna end this joint on commercial break real quick, and we out, bitch.
How to act when you see an attractive person. Make eye contact. Now look down, hold 1, 2, slowly look back, now look away. Soft smile, scratch your neck, lick your lips. Make eye contact. Now wink. Now with the other eye, now with both eyes. Now smolder.
More fierce. Stick out the tip of your tongue. Now swallow really hard. Big, deep breath. Eye contact. Now bite the tip of your finger. Now bite the middle of your finger. Now bite the base of your finger. Pull it out. Now subtly sniff your finger. Eye contact. Slowly start nodding yes. Yes. Now a little crazy in the eyes. Keep nodding, more crazy, and relax. Look back at them very quickly. Now look them up and down. Now lick your teeth and snap.
Say, man, it's Street Top Radio LA.